Hi, this is Karen Gaines, your nonprofit finance guide, and today I'm going to talk about 6 things your nonprofit should do to prepare for the financial year end. So, as we approach the end of the year, there are several things that you're going to want to do to prepare for the new year. And it is, in my opinion, it is best to do it now because it gets quite busy in the new year in January. Most people get busy, you get busy, your accountant gets busy, and so it's best to have these things squared away before the new year start, or at least prepare the best way that you can. And you'll probably need the assistance of your accountant to do some of these things. So, this involves just sending a simple email or maybe a phone call to speak with your accountant or whoever is doing your books. All right. All right, so first thing you should do to prepare for the year end is to review your financial statements and reconciliations, okay? And this is especially important when it comes to your balance sheet or a statement of financial position. It's the proper term for nonprofits. But you want to make sure you review that balance sheet, make sure you understand all of the balances, and make sure there are reconciliations for each of those balances where applicable. All right. Now, if you're looking at your balance sheet and you see that there are old balances or accounts with no activity, you may want to talk to your accountant about writing that balance off, or creating a journal entry to remove it from your balance sheet. Okay. So number two thing to do to prepare for year end is to start thinking about the 990 tax return. All right. So many of you operate on a calendar year, and you are going to have to file a 990 for 2024. And what that means is you have to have things prepared to complete the 990 tax return. All right. So you want to make sure, first and foremost, you have your financial statements completed, and your financials, they should be getting completed on a monthly basis, but now is like where it really counts. You have to have your 990s completed, at least as far as you can. I do realize this is December, and so you can't have December numbers yet, but again, you want to be prepared, be proactive, so that when the beginning of the year comes, you are prepared. All right. So, in thinking about your 990, you want to have your financials prepared, your board notes prepared, board meetings as well, number of volunteers, number of employees, things that your accountant would need in order to complete your 990 tax return. All right. Next thing to do to prepare for year end is to prepare your 1099 filings. Okay. So 1099s are required to be filed by contractors, non-W-2 employees, non-incorporated entities, anyone that provides a service for you but is not incorporated. So just think about your contract workers, your janitorial person, your accountant, attorney. All attorneys are required to file a 1099, whether they're incorporated or not. But attorneys, the person that does your lawn care, just anyone who provides a service for you. That's what 1099s are geared towards. All right. So you want to make sure they have their 1099s. You may want to run a report and identify those vendors that should receive a 1099, and then make sure you have a W-9 for them. And if you don't have a W-9 for them, or at least the information that is within the W-9, you want to request of the vendor that they complete a 1099 and send it back to you so that you can give them a 1099 in January of 2025. All right. Let's see. Number five. Fifth thing you want to do to prepare for the year end is prepare your donor letters. So if you are a nonprofit and you've received donations from individuals, you are required to send out a letter to all of your donors. And in the letter, it has to include the amount of money that they contributed or donated to your organization. So it's best to just start, again, thinking about that. Make sure you know what reports to run in order to generate that type of information. So that'll be, a list of your donors. Make sure you have all their addresses. Make sure you can calculate fairly easily the amount that they gave for the 2024 year. Just make sure you are able to easily run that report. So again, in January, you can just run the report, send those letters out, and call it the day. All right. So sixth thing to do to prepare for your year end is to, I think that's the fifth thing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, sorry. So this is the fifth item. Fifth thing you should do to prepare for your year end is to send out holiday cards or appreciation cards. Send these out to your donors and even like volunteers, employees. Send them a card. Let them know that you appreciate them. Let them know you appreciate their services and, all that they do for you. Because it's always good to show appreciation because then they'll know that you appreciate them and you appreciate their time if they're a volunteer, or appreciate their funding if they are a donor. All right, so send out holiday cards, appreciation cards to all of those folks. All right, so last but not least is celebrate the accomplishments for the year. Sometimes the year just goes so quickly. Time goes by so fast, and we really don't stop and think about what all we've done. So at the end of the year or during this time is a good time to think about, what's been accomplished. Sit down and think about all the people you help, all the people you and your staff and volunteers have helped, how you've made an impact in your community, all of the events you held, who those events helped. Think about, and write them down. Probably be a good idea to write them down as well. But just think about, write down everything you've done and just kind of, review. And, review and think about all of the accomplishments you've made. Give yourself a pat on the back. And I would even recommend doing something nice for yourself. And that may mean, going out to a nice restaurant or getting a facial or a massage or, whatever thing that makes you feel good. Just treat yourself for a job well done. All right. So I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know what you all think. Thank you for watching. If you're watching via YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a great day.